What's up, guys? Welcome to VHB Engines. You're going to see a little glare in the camera towards the top because that's the sunlight that the phone is battling with. And I don't feel like running all over the place with the fucking engine block to get a good angle to shoot. Besides, this is just a talking reference anyway. I mean, most of this shit I'm just going to explain to you and not really show you too much because it says I don't have everything to show you. So anyway, you can get these prefabricated kits from like Golden Eagle and shit. And it comes with a whole bunch of stuff. It's a way to justify the cost of the kit. But I've never bought a kit like that before. I usually just get a sandwich plate and go from there with the lines. You know, actually a lot of times, I've gotten VTEC heads and shit that have already come with it because there's, like I said, there's not really too much to the kit that you need. Okay, so first off, the what's that shit? The conversion itself. So you get a sandwich plate. And if you don't know what that is, you can go on eBay and just look for B20V sandwich plate or sandwich plate or something like that. You should pop up. And sandwich plate is a little round, thick plate that's an adapter piece that fits on the block here between the oil filter and the block. And it has an adapter piece that screws onto the oil filter housing, so it holds that sandwich plate in place. And then you screw the filter on top of that. And in the sandwich plate comes two oil ports that sit right on top of it. And one goes this way and one goes this way. Now, generally speaking, you can, I mean, everybody that I know, and myself included, have always blocked off one of the plates. It comes with its own blocker. Or ports, you block off one of the ports and you use the other one to run up to the head. And it comes with steel braided lines like these. Actually, this is actually a smaller one that I've seen, because there are multiple places you can put this in the head. So depending on what kit you get, I guess, depending on where you're going to stick the line at. But anyway, you run the feed line off of the sandwich plate port up to the head, and this is the H22 head, but it's the closest thing I have to show you guys for the VTEC shit, other than going to my car. And the only reason why I'm not digging in my car, guys, is just simply because of the fact that for me to show you the back of the block, I have to go into the dark space and behind the engine, between the firewall and shit. It's not going to be good for you guys to see, really. I'm trying to be as clear with this as possible. Okay, so anyway, you go back to the VTEC head, and that may not be exactly the same as this, but it's going to be pretty close. You'll see here how it's got like a nut, like one of those nutty bolts, where you screw the thing into place and that plugs it off. Well, you'll have one in this area, and you'll also have a smaller one on this side. This one has a smaller one too. You can see that one right there, and the smaller one is where something like this hooks into. You see how it kind of lines up there. Anyway, so that's where that goes to. I've only seen it fed into that one spot one time. Usually, it's generally on the back, and that's generally speaking what size the adapter comes. It's for that back one. So you unscrew that back one, you put the feed line in, you run that line to the sandwich plate, and that is it. That's your B20 VTEC conversion. Everybody that asks me about this says, well, it can't be it, man. It just seems too simple. It is. It is that fucking simple. The only thing that you need to do is that all that does is give the extra oil pressure up top to the head to allow VTEC to engage. Because that's how VTEC works. VTEC works off oil pressure, and you just need that extra oil pressure to make the VTEC work. So that really is it when it comes, as far as it comes to the mechanical parts. Obviously, besides making sure you wire up VTEC, that's pretty much it. So now for the more technical side, and the reason I'm reshooting this video is because of the head gasket. And I did have the right head gasket I was explaining to you guys in the other video, but I explained it the wrong way. And I know that a lot of you guys don't pay attention to fucking Facebook, my little updates. You don't really pay attention to Snapchat when I'm trying to tell you. And if I put in the comments, people are just going to look right past it. Nobody ever listens to me when I try to do those little follow-ups. So I decided to trash the video because I didn't want to mistake or confuse any people as to the reasons why, or give anybody the reason to be talking shit. So, it's a very hotly debated topic. And either way, it'll work. But the most efficient head gasket to go with is the head gasket for the head, not the block. All right, now what you'll notice too is if you get the head gasket for the block, you'll have, oh shit, see, I threw it away. Hold on one second. Okay. So you see that little copper O-ring there? That little copper O-ring on the B series head gaskets, you'll have two of those little pointers sticking out, and both of them will have that copper crush ring on there. Or it's not a crush ring; it's just an O-ring. Now, if you use the head gasket for the block, you have those two things there, and they when you try to put the head on, the head will get caught on half of that ring, and it won't seal properly. It'll leak. So you have to take a drill and drill those out, or pliers, and pry them out. And I've done that before, and it's a pain in the fucking dick to remove those. And on top of that, if you use the block, the head gasket for the block, the oil ports match up, really well, but the coolant ones don't. You'll have the way the head gasket will sit on the block, or for the head, the way the head gasket sits for the head, the coolant ports will be partially covered. So let's just say, like, this is a coolant port. I know it's not, it's oil. Anyway, let's say that's a coolant port. The head gasket will block half of it. So the problem is that you won't have the proper cooling for the engine. And that could be a reason why some of you guys with B20Vs, LSV run a little hot, because of the fact that you use that head gasket. Now, this is the one thing where I've talked to some really knowledgeable guys where I strongly disagree. And the reason why is when I was doing my own research years ago, I ran across Golden Eagle's explanation. And that, I'm going to put that picture in this video so that way you guys see it. Golden Eagle lines up, it shows you the block, shows you the head and all that shit, and it shows you the head gasket. And what it says is that it shows you that, the oil ports are open, but the coolant ports are covered, partially covered, so you don't have proper cooling. But if you use the head gasket for the head and not the block, one, the big fucking awesome thing about that is you don't have to worry about those copper shits. They don't get in the way. They don't block anything. You don't have to drill those out. And two, it flips the whole covering situation. The oil ports are a little covered, slightly covered, but the coolant ports are all wide open for you to use for proper cooling. And the explanation they give is that the oil is going to get back down to the pan regardless, even if you have a little bit covered. But but this way it definitely allows for better coolant flow and cooling of the engine, which is also super important. So that explanation for those two things is the reason why I always run the head gasket for the head. It's easier to install, and it gives better performance overall. Now I know that there's the Golden Eagle also. I'm pretty sure it's Golden Eagle that makes a kit, a head gasket, the kit for a B20 version kit, and it comes with a B20V head gasket. Now I haven't really researched into that too much because I don't buy that expensive kit, but I'm not sure if their head gasket is specifically designed for this combination, so that way there's no port blocking at all. But I guess you guys feel free to look into that. If you ask me my opinion on should I buy this conversion kit, I don't care. I'm going to tell you do whatever the fuck you want, because I know that I personally won't. I'm not going to buy no kit like that. I'm going to piece my shit together, Velcro head gasket, sandwich plate, and lines, and that's it. I'm not going to go buy no fancy kit because I don't need all the extra shit that comes with it, and I'm not going to pay that kind of money. So that's really, I guess, the end of the explanation for this video here. It really is a super simple task. It's not very complicated to do this conversion. It's really simple. Anybody can do it. Yeah, so just trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything before I wrap this shit up. Yeah, I'm not thinking of anything. So, if you're new to VHB Engines, click on VHB Engines somewhere below on the page and check out the channel. Got a lot of videos there. Some similar shit along the lines of this. if you go through and you find anything that's helpful and you think the channel might be great and informative for you, I hope you subscribe and stick around for more shit in the future. If you got anything out of the video, or you got any entertainment, or you got any help out of it, I appreciate a thumbs up. That helps the channel grow. And if you want to talk to me or find out what I'm doing on the side, all my social media is in the description below. You guys follow me on Facebook to get news updates on the channel and all that good stuff. Instagram shows whatever I'm working on in the shop. And I use Twitter and Snapchat for little video updates for things I may forget to include in these videos. Now, generally speaking, I don't follow people back on social media, but if you follow me on Snapchat, I will give you an ad back. And if I see car shit in your stories, I will peek at what you're doing. And if you're stuck on something, I will try to add my 2 cents. Maybe I can help you out. Okay. Recently, update here real quick. The live stream for the 1K subs thingy is going to be tomorrow night. I'm thinking around 8 o'clock. And I guess as the time starts to draw closer, I'm going to start putting out little updates for that. And see how that goes. And during the live stream tomorrow, from the commenters there, I think I'm going to pick out my giveaway winners. Although I'll give more details about the next giveaway during the live stream. And also, guys, for you guys that are regulars here, I really strongly do recommend you following me on Facebook. Some of you guys know that I've been kind of on a creative break for a while, just simply because of the fact that I kind of ran dry on ideas. And recently, I've come back pretty hardcore. I started doing a lot of uploads again. And the thing is with that is my cell phone service is fucking as shit when I'm at work because my data is already run dry. So the good chances are, if you're commenting on the shit, well, the chances are if you're commenting on my videos here, that I might not see it. I thought I was seeing everybody's comments, but when I got home the other night, I was going through and I seen like 4 or 5 that I missed. Generally speaking, if you have something that a specific question to ask of me, I will ask it, or I will answer it. And if I don't answer you in 24 hours, it's just because I missed the comment. And you just hit me up on Facebook and let me know what's going on, or that you commented or whatever, or just repeat your question and I'll answer you there. But just know that if you got a tech question for me, if it's something I've already covered, I'm just going to give you a relink to another one of my videos. It's not that I don't want to talk to you guys. It's just the fact that I absolutely cannot fucking stand going over the shit that I've already talked about, because I hate typing, especially on my fucking phone. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And peace.